Hey, welcome back. I am going to run you through a brief video today. It's a little different from my normal. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's not that different because as much as I love the cosmetic industry, as much as I love the whole beauty world, I feel like it is very common for me to call out a lot of nonsense that happens in the beauty industry. And I just really felt inclined to do this video because it's something that I think is so very obvious and apparent but isn't really talked about a lot, and it's just really marketing tactics and marketing techniques, and also a few products that kind of use like schemy wording to really lure you in. And it's no secret, the beauty industry, they have been targeting us for years, and we're like, take our money. Because in all reality, a lot of people do use makeup to really, boost their confidence and hide certain insecurities. So these are things that I just really want you to kind of think about, especially if you're a beginner in makeup. When you're shopping for your makeup, these are things to really pay attention to. And some of these are it's just so simple you just think about it for 2 seconds and you're like, wow, this is really stupid. This doesn't exactly make sense. These are just some things I wanted to touch on, and I'm gonna stroll through them as fast as I can. Okay, so the first is very easy for me to talk about because it's something I frequently talk about on my channel, and that is pores and fine lines and wrinkles and just overall indentations in the skin. So the first kind of marketing tactic, or kind of this just ultimately, and it took me a long time to really figure out that this was very strategic wording and almost scammy wording that's used in a lot of complexion products, but that is creaseless concealers, creaseless foundations, line blurring foundations, line erasing foundations. You get what I'm saying? Like anything that claims to erase, to hide a crease or a line. So if you watch my Pores 101 video, then you'll understand where I'm coming from right now, but I will give a brief synopsis of that as well as list it down below. But what a lot of people don't realize is that pores, fine lines, and wrinkles are indentations in the skin. They are indented. There's absolutely no way to cover those. And if you put something on top of, let's say, a fine line, or let's say an enlarged pore, it is going to show no matter what you do. So I think what brands have done is they've really turned actually their product into, which is really smart, they've turned their product into the culprit. Because for a long time people would say, oh, this concealer crease is so bad, don't buy it. And so I think brands really rolled with that and then started placing that into their product. Anything you put on your face is going to, if you look closely, it is going to crease. It is going to show. So when you're looking for a concealer, you're looking for a foundation, and you see those kind of wording and marketing techniques that ultimately claim to erase a fine line or blur a fine line or creaseless, not going to crease. Just remember that it's actually your skin that contains the creases or contains the pores. And when you place something on top of that, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. So I think a lot of people are really let down when they buy, this was me, like concealer for a long time. Anything that said creaseless on it, I was like, yes, please, want to try. And I have just this one on both eyes, one particular pronounced deep line. And I would be like, damn it, it's always showing up. I thought this was creaseless. I thought this wouldn't happen. And it's going to happen. Second type of product I want to talk about is any makeup claiming to lift the skin. So I've seen this a lot in foundations, lifting foundation, or there was actually, I think it was L'Oreal that did the lift line for a long time at the drugstore. I don't know if it's still available, but I just remember that being so popular in like mid 2000s. They had a full line of concealer, foundation, blush, and it was just marketed to lift the skin. So again, commonly the beauty industry will target aging skin, and that's definitely where that's coming from. Just think about it. Like, what the hell did they do? Bottle gravity? It doesn't make sense. And when I was doing a little research for this video, this was actually one of the last things that I remembered, like, being a thing. And I was doing some research, and there's still quite a few foundations with that type of marketing or naming out there right now. And I just thought to myself, like, how are they lifting your face, girl? How are they lifting you up? It's just a cool word taken from plastic surgery, facelift, or just ultimately lifting the face, and marketed in makeup. And I think that it does target, a certain age group, and they they go with it. And that what's it called? I don't know if placebo effect would necessarily be the correct term, but it's kind of like that when people see that it's particularly targeted towards their age group, or particularly, I need to stop saying that. I can't say it right. Why do I keep saying it? Specifically, when they target their age group, or a certain product is marketed towards them, I think a lot of people just roll with it, and instinctively in their mind, they're like, oh yeah, I do notice like a little bit of lift in my skin, that type of thing I feel like happens a lot. The third type of marketing tactic is outrageously large percentages or percentage analytics, and I see this a lot in mascaras. So for example, on the side of a mascara box, there will be a before and after. Most of the time the person is wearing false lashes in the after, but that's a whole other story. But the box will say something crazy like, 99.9% of women saw a 5,000% lash increase in their lashes, or length in their lashes. And I'm like, I'm sorry, did Deborah, your test subject, come to you and say, hey, I noticed a 5,000% difference in my lashes today? So right off the bat, they get you with the shock value, the shock factor of such a large number. Just think about it. If you have two mascaras side by side, one says that it's a 5,000% lash increase compared to a 100%, automatically you're going to want to pick the 5,000. Another thing that's really interesting specifically with mascaras is they're so subjective. Not one works for, one person. It depends really on your lash length. Do you have lashes that face downward? Are they upward? Are they short? Do they spread out more? Are they more of a tight lash? It's just insane to me. I mean, it's not just with mascaras. That's just the more prominent example I can give. But the crazy percentages that are out there on products. Just remember that almost every product that's out there right now is subjective. It's not going to work for every single person. And just because there's a large percentage of increase on something, like, damn, doesn't make it any better than the 2005 Maybelline Falsies. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so to wrap this up, I wanted to talk about anti-aging makeup. So again, something that has been very popular, a very popular term used in the cosmetic industry. I feel like the more products that are being released, the more anti-aging is in front of it. And I think that, again, that really kind of targets a lot of people, and some people just, in all honesty, are desperate to slow down an aging process or slow down the look of aging in their skin. And so when that type of wording is placed on products, immediately they're gravitated towards it, obviously. But in all reality, if you look at the ingredients that are in a lot of these products that claim to be anti-aging, sometimes it's as simple as sunscreen. And they're able to use that because, yes, sunscreen is good to wear, and yes, it can, prevent premature aging. But is it actually helping the skin? Is it actually, does it actually have benefits that will, help your skin out? Most of the time, no. Some may have hyaluronic acid in them. Some may have their actual brand skincare. I know La Mer, their soft fluid foundation supposedly has the miracle broth in it, and it's supposed to make your skin actually look better over time. That's something that I just simply cannot comment on because I test makeup for a living. I don't specifically wear one particular product for every day of the week. So but it's something that I've always kind of been skeptical about. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you've used a whole bottle of La Mer Soft Fluid or any of La Mer's makeup that has that claim with like the miracle broth in it, let me know in the comments down below if you saw an improvement in your skin. Would really be interested to know about that. But just in general, yeah, be careful when looking at makeup that uses that anti-aging strategy, because most of the time it's, you know, like there's not really anything great in it that's going to benefit you other than maybe a few skincare products. Definitely SPF. That seems to be the most common thing. But again, foundations in general, very subjective category. I know that there are some awesome brands that really do a proper, I guess I should say, a proper job of targeting, you know, more mature skin. And they really do a good job of researching and also formulating their products to sit well on more mature skin. Definitely not bypassing that aspect. I think there are some amazing brands, some amazing products out there that work extremely well for maturing skin. But just because it says anti-aging doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make you look younger, that it's going to add benefits to your skin, or that it's even going to work for you. All right, I'm done. Those are the few things I wanted to talk about. Some of you may be like, well, duh, you know, like throughout this entire thing, but it's just something that, again, I really wanted to get more of a conversation going about and get more people thinking about, because I feel like, again, speaking in my own experience, I've shelled out so much money on products that had these marketing tactics or you know, wording in them. And then I've just kind of, you know, been let down by the reality of it all. So just remember, we all have pores, we all have lines, we are all aging, and, you know, gang, like we're all in it together. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. And yeah, this is just a topic I don't know, I just feel very passionate about. I think this is why a lot of people are really gravitating towards more natural brands, more brands that are authentic in their marketing campaigns, in their packaging, that are conscious about the type of ingredients that they're using, as even up to like the type of packaging that they're using, sustainable packaging and sustainable ingredients. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit, a little bit of slight comic relief, you know, but yeah, I don't know, I felt inclined to do this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.